Okay, that transition wasn't horrible. Alright, hold on a second. I used to have this on a pop-out, and I could control it from my Stream Deck. But unfortunately, I can't do that anymore. Hey, KP, working so guy in the background. Hope everyone is having a great day. Oh, we're just getting started, KP. Just getting started. So, impromptu early stream today. I actually ran around and got some stuff done because I was like, no, I need to do this. Like, I want and need to do this stream this morning. So, let me fill you guys in. So Sonia heard some of this yesterday, and there's a reason why I didn't do this like Monday when I came home. One, because I had a bunch of appointments. So if you were in the live stream on Tuesday, I shared the equipment as part of my haul. I've been wanting to like do some upgrades, updates to like camera and like quality settings for a while, but obviously it's expensive and there's some research that goes into it. You know, you don't want to just buy things on a whim and then hope that you know that it works. And that's kind of what I did with this camera. So I used to record and whatnot on my phone, which a lot of people in this community do, and it looks great. That like however they have theirs set up. But I think because I came over from Twitch and I'm used to using OBS and broadcasting and recording through that. I was using a plugin for my iPhone, and I was never really satisfied with like the quality of it. And so there was a day like when I first attempted to come back in the spring slash summer, and I had a meltdown, and I ended up ordering myself the Canon M200. I found a refurbished one for a decent price. Hey Stephanie, how are you? I'm just monologuing right now, telling my tale of moderate woe with tech. But yeah, so I upgraded my camera, and that definitely added a a better like level to it. But there was still like some things about it that I wasn't satisfied with. Obviously, that I was running off of just the battery was an issue, because then I was swapping batteries during streams, and excuse me, at the hiccups, during streams and during videos. And so I tried to find the appropriate like Canon dummy battery, and it's never in stock. So I ended up just going with like a generic like third party, and then I splurged and I got the Elgato Camlink, which is about the size of like a large USB like stick. But it's got an HDMI port on it, so it basically allows you to turn your camera into like run it off of HDMI versus USB. So so this is where we're at. So we've got like HDMI quality here, and oh my god, my hands look horrible. It does reduce some of my ability to control certain things on the camera, and every freaking program I open, it looks different. So it looks different here in OBS that I use to broadcast, and it looks different in Filmora, which I use to record. So I spent the majority of yesterday, like I tore my office apart, because I had wanted to flip my my control arm that everything is mounted on to the other side of my desk, only to discover that my desk is too close to the wall and it's too heavy for me to move. And so I got upset and I moved it back, which then in turn shortened my cables, and I had to like unplug some things and move some things around because it was starting to look like a fire hazard under my desk. And and then my cable was too short to reach the computer. So I had to make a trip to Best Buy. And at first I was going to try and find just straight up a longer it's a micro HDMI to like full HDMI. Could not find one of those, so I ended up just having to get a USB extender. It took me like 3 to 4 hours yesterday. And then of course, like when I plugged it in, the camera kept shutting off. So I'm like, okay, there's like too much output. So then I had to adjust a whole bunch of settings and figure out like, yeah, the camera configuration it was fun. I say that sarcastically. Hi Marilyn, hi Jana, how are you? But yeah, that was my day yesterday. So, before we start on the swatching, because that is just, obviously if I'm gonna stream, I want like something to do, and I want it to like, be worthwhile, not just me sitting here like messing around with settings. Obviously that is part of it. And if I do it today, then it will be like outside of my normal like Tuesday, and then I have all weekend to fix things so that the Tuesday stream is better. But just moving things around and like looking at stuff, what do we think? Do we think like the quality of it looks better? Yana, okay, you may have to remind me of that. I'm gonna try and remember. I recall you mentioning that in Ryan's stream too. Yana. If I keep saying it the other way, I apologize. But I'm gonna do my best to remember that. The only like the issue that I was having yesterday, although it doesn't seem to be doing it now, it's like super bright up here at the top, which makes sense because that's where my light is. So I'm thinking I may end up needing to get a better, because right now I have a sheet of like Roscolux diffuser gel over my light, and I might need to go with a more with a thicker diffuser gel over it. Hey Pam, how are you? Welcome on in. Thumbs up and shared. I appreciate that, Pam. Thank you so much. With your cuppa and your Biscoffs. Nice. I was thinking about a second cup of coffee, but I shouldn't. Oh, raid coming from Coloring View. Oh, I didn't even know you could do that over here on YouTube. I didn't even know there was a thing. I know you can do it on Twitch. Hi, Miss Southern Belle. Welcome on in. We were just talking about the camera updates. This is the other issue that like, hold on. Let me touch a button here. So let me find. Do you guys get a double sneak peek of this? Maybe, if I can find it. So like, I turned the auto exposure like off, but it was doing something yesterday where like when I would gosh darn it, where is it? Tricky fish. Okay, well, it wasn't quite as jarring today, but when I was messing with it yesterday, it was like when I would open the book, it was like a flash of like white, and I couldn't figure out like why. And it was just like, yeah, it was like a burst of white, but apparently it's not going to do it today, so I'm okay with that. Should read each other and help each other. It's a thing coming back. I don't even know how to do that on YouTube. I know how to do it over on Twitch, but it's definitely something that I will like look into. Looks much sharper. Okay, good. but it was doing some weird, like, auto focus thing. So this was my plan for today. In just a second, I forgot to do something. Let me put the music back on. I'll be right back. Ooh. Okay, so let me, God, and then that's the other thing I need to fix is, like, I'm all tangled up in cords here, but it does look different, like, in the preview on YouTube than it does in OBS, so I'm thinking some of it just is the color space in OBS. So, alright, that's, like, you know what? Alright, apologize for, like, the indecisiveness with the music. Sometimes I'm cool with it, like, in the background, but for whatever reason, it's, like, really distracting me today. So, I purchased the last 3 sets of the Distress Watercolor crayons. This is sets 4, 5, and 6. And so, since Tim Holtz released the last color in the line, they went back, and I guess they did it to coincide with that, and released the, like, none of these colors had been released in this particular item, so there was a bunch of them that were missing. I think the only one that I don't have now is the newest one, the Scorched Timber. That's not in any of the tins. That one is in its own little, like, single thing, and I made a bit of a boo-boo. So I bought, because it came in the bundle, I bought the picket fence and the black soot, and these are actually, I think, in set 1, which I also have. And if you go on Ranger's website, yeah, if you go on Ranger's website, you can actually get this color chart, swatch chart on there, and they have one for sets 1, 2, and 3 as well, and for most of the products in the line, and they're really good about updating them. But we're just gonna do set 4, 5, and 6 today. So I just printed out the one page. But yeah, let me see if I can find set 4, and we'll start with that. That's set 5. This is set 4. Love the Tim Holtz Distress ink pads. I need to use mine more. They definitely don't get as much love as they deserve. So they come in these little tins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there's 12 pencils in a set, and they have this little protective covery thing. I think probably what I will end up doing Isn't the extra supposed to be for Scorched Timber? And white? I thought Scorched Timber was not in set 6. No, Scorched Timber is not in any of the sets. This is this is Black Soot and Picket Fence. So these are actually in one of the other sets, I believe. I should just pull them because I just had them out the other day. So Scorched Timber came out on its own in one of these little packages just by itself when that color was released. And then they released Picket Fence and Black Soot separately. Give me just a second. Let me see if I can reach over there without having to untangle my microphone. Okay, so this is set 1. Black Soot and Picket Fence also come in set 1, as well as that 2-pack. So I have extras of these now. And then the Scorched Timber isn't in any of the tins, that's by itself. Can you buy these in any box stores? I'm trying to remember. I think I got mine from Joann's. My first 3 sets. I'm fairly certain that that I got them from Joann's. And they do sell the other distress products in stores. Some places carry like a limited selection of them. But I'm trying to think. Where did I get those? I'm pretty sure I got mine from Joann's. So I would suggest, like, if you go on their website. Did not see the new sets at Michael's, but I did see the older sets. Yeah, I have noticed that it takes the big box stores a little bit of time to get the newer products. Because I went there looking for a couple of the older colors, well, not older colors, but like within the last year and a half that came out like while I was deployed, because obviously I needed the lumberjack plaid. Can't be Queen of Flannel and not have the lumberjack plaid. But yeah, it seems to take them a little while to get some of those. Scorched Timber is almost €15 for just one pencil. It's insanity. Okay, so these are woodless. So this is just basically a paper label on here, and the whole thing underneath this is just watercolor pencil. So if you wanted to, you could take this paper off, and you might have to sharpen them. But yeah, it's basically a watercolor stick. I don't recommend peeling the paper off like completely, because then you'll just get it all over your hands. My favorite color, blue is my favorite color. So, I'm using, this is just like the Nina cardstock. So it's not my favorite. I'm gonna try and go a little darker down here just to see how we. And because this is kind of a textured cardstock, it looks a little funky on here, but I have used these in. I use them. There's a video on the channel in Karolina Kubikowska's new book, and they worked great. So we're gonna kind of like ignore the grittiness on this cardstock. So this is saltwater taffy. Scorched Timber is the pencil. It's out of stock on Stampers Anonymous. You can try Simon Says Stamp also, or direct from the Ranger website. So that is, let me hold that up. Try to get us in a little closer. So that patch up there is just where I went a little lighter. But I mean, I'm not too precious with my swatch charts anyways. I know some people really like, I mean, it's relaxing to just sit and swatch sometimes, but I'm not as like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I don't always swatch every single one of my supplies. Can we erase this product? Let's see. Let's try it. So this is my AFMAT sharpener. Let's see what we got here. Not well. Put these pencils with your Neos and use them jointly. Honestly, they go well with supers, museums, and Albrecht but you can't be as precise in coloring small areas. So, so what I would say, as far as like precise in small areas, you could scribble them onto your palette and either pick it up with a Tombow or with your water brush, or depending on what you're coloring, you could lay your color down in your more open area and then push it into the area that you wanted, is how I would do it. But yeah, you can move these around. I always recommend with well, that's just the way I work, but with like water mediums, with any how can you correct your mistake on watercolor? With water, you can reactivate it and push it around. Is basically how you would do it, and that's also part of the reason why I recommend when you lay your initial like pencil down, use light pressure, start light, and then once you activate and you see how it looks, if you need more, once your paper dries, then you can add more over top of it. I will say this is probably one of my favorite reds in this line, is this Festive Berries. But yeah, basically once you start like activating with water, you just correct by moving things around. And it's a little harder to do in certain coloring book paper, but the other thing that that you can do, and you have to be really careful when you do this, because again, we're working mostly on paper that's not designed for heavy water mediums, is make sure that your brush is wet, not like sopping, but wet enough where you can go in and see, it's a little harder to do on this paper, but if it was actual watercolor paper, so going in and doing this and pushing the color out is lifting the color off of the paper. And so then you pick the color up, and then I have a little piece of paper towel over here for my brush, and then I'm just brushing that extra color like off onto my paper towel. But again, you'll want to be really careful with that, because on coloring book paper, the more applications of water, the heavier and more applications of water that you put down, you risk damaging and pilling your paper, and you don't want to rip your. Can you speed up the drying process with the blow dryer? Yes, you can. I have my little like Ranger heat it tool that I keep on my desk. A blow dryer will work. Another semi-pro tip: if you're gonna do that though, don't just dry the top of the paper. Dry the back of the paper as well, because what will end up happening is, cool, you dry this top layer, but that water has soaked into the fibers of the paper, so it's still damp underneath, and if you go to try and go back in with your pencil, you still risk damaging your paper. So I always say, if you're going to do that, hit the back of the paper too. So next we've got carved pumpkin. I know I've heard from some people that don't really care for like the color selection in this particular. I'm trying to figure out how to phrase it. It's the end result is a little bit different in the watercolor pencils than with the inks. So even though they're the same colors, quote unquote, they're made with different, different materials. And some people thought that the colors were a little dull, but I try and keep in mind that's the point of this line, is that they're supposed to have that kind of vintage muted look to them. I'm going to try and pull some of this color down on this, just so we can see how it looks with, I didn't do it on the festive berries. I'm just kind of winging it today, you guys. Just sitting, winging it, making sure my camera doesn't blow up. I think the saturation and colors are amazing in the Distress line. I do too. I just I take into account, like I said, that there probably is going to be some variations in the final outcome across the products, because they're made with different things. But they're supposed to be like vintage. And the other thing that I think maybe people kind of forget is, like, you can layer these together and make your own new colors. So like I could, but I'm not going to, because I very rarely ever use like white. But if I wanted the scattered straw to be a little bit lighter, I could layer white over top of it and make it lighter. If Neos or gel sticks had the same colors, would not have gotten the watercolor distress crayons, since they do not feel these crayons complement my Neo collection. Yeah, I mean, and everybody's got kind of their different uses for them, and what's visually appealing. And it does kind of look like mineral orange. I agree. And I think what I may end up doing with these is I'm probably going to uh mix them all up in the tins. I'm gonna take them out and put them in color order rather than keep them in their like individual like sets like this. Because there is a color order um swatch chart. But we'll see how long it takes me to get through this. I think I've got until about 11:30 today, and it's 10:01. Have them in rainbow color order in your pencil case. I will probably keep mine in the tins. Just because I don't have enough space for another pencil case in my office right now, but I am going to rearrange them. Isn't it nice when someone comes out with colors that are different from everybody else's? Yeah, exactly. I was honestly really surprised and kind of bummed when he announced that Scorched Timber was going to be the last one, and that like that was the plan all along, was just 72 colors. But I like I mean, if I wanted to do more vibrant colors, I would grab my Derwents or my Inktense. But I think these like really lend themselves to Carolina's art style, which is part of the reason why I chose them for that project. Yeah, this is definitely like a huge difference in like visual quality. Like I'm just trying to ignore OBS because it looks completely different in the preview window on YouTube, which obviously makes troubleshooting difficult because then I don't know what the outcome is going to look like. And then my next step will be um to work on some audio stuff. I haven't used a water brush in forever. They look like they're made for Carolina's work. I 100% agree. Just that kind of rustic, like sketchy style. Maybe your next Kirby will be a distress watercolor bonanza. I was actually thinking of pulling a Kirby book out because if we have a little time, um, after I swatch these, then maybe I'll pull something out and we'll work with them in one of my books. Although I might have an idea. I don't know if we'll do Kirby today. I don't know if we'll do Kirby today if we get to a project, because since I'm working on Kirby already, so I might pull out something different. This is Evergreen Bough. It's weird not having the autofocus. Yeah, we'll see how far we get. Because I have about an hour and a half, which because then that'll give me some time to do a couple things around here before I have to take the cat to the vet this afternoon. And then the other thing I need to do is fix my freaking chair. I was thinking of just buying a new chair, but I just need to get the socket set out and tighten some bolts. So this is chipped sapphire. It's a really pretty blue. Victorian velvet. I feel like when they curated these, they did it so that like each set had a similar like color palette to it, but that if you only liked set 5, that you could do a full image with just set 5. Because like looking at this, so like you got saltwater taffy up here, your pink, and then you've got your worn lipstick, and then your spun sugar. So they're like, because I was looking at this and I was like, why did they choose these particular colors to go to go together? Like, what was the rhyme or reason for it? At first it seemed like super random, but now that I'm looking at the rest of them, I see what they were doing. So like each set is curated as its own set. Love the vintage vibe of this set. I do too. And I'm just looking down here and hold on a second. I just need to look at something. Okay, so hold on. I'm just doing some maths here. I feel like I'm missing something because I don't see it in either of or any of these three sets, and I'm looking at the palettes for the first three sets. I don't see lumberjack plaid. Is there not? Are we missing? Are we missing a pencil? Like, not physically missing a pencil, but like, is there not a lumberjack plaid? No, I lied. It's in set 6. Ignore me. Right there. I'm a dum-dum. We got it. I was having a flannel panic attack there for a second. Like, where's the lumberjack plaid? Damn, how could you do this to me? Whew, crisis averted. Back to this watching. I seriously didn't I didn't even see it. I was where is it? I was looking like in the reds, but it's counted as the orange in set 6. So it's right there. I had a momentary freak out. I was like, it's got to be in here. They wouldn't do that to me. Uh, is that what the wow? Did I swatch this wrong? I'm pretty sure that I swatched this wrong. That's okay. We can fix that. Yes, yes, I did this backwards. It's alright, we're gonna fix it. I was so distraught over the potential lack of um no lumberjack plaid. There, fixed. Got it. Good. Welcome to Thursday's Scuff Stream with Queen of Flannel. You know what? These were backwards. That's why I did that. We're just gonna say they were in the case wrong. Tea dye. Have any of y'all actually dyed fabric with tea before? Because I have. I think my kid was in 3rd grade, and it was like his first school project. And it was a diorama of, bye Yana, have a good day at work. It was a diorama of George Washington crossing the Delaware. So man, we went all out with that thing. We had like little like little British soldiers and little like American soldiers, and then I made Washington's war tent, and I tea dyed this like linen fabric that I found at Joann's. I was super proud of it, and we kept that diorama for like ever. But it had fake snow in it, so it just got all over the place. But yeah, I was sitting on my kitchen floor rigging that tent up with string. We went to like the this kind of like hole in the wall craft store that has like stuff for mini models and things like that, and found all the little soldiers in all of the paint. My kid got an A on that project, but I feel like in the end we all got an A. Oops. What happened there? Well, we got a little bit of some festive berries in our ground espresso. Oopsie doops. But it's watercolor, so it lifts right off. Alright, so that is set 4. Move these bad boys over here and find set 5. Alright. Worn lipstick. I feel like you guys can actually like read the text now on this. Not that anyone really like, we're here for the art, not the text, but and my camera is not yelling at me to change its battery or telling me that it's gonna blow up. I don't think. Probably look at that. Nope, nothing flashing. Aged mahogany. I have many leather-bound books. My apartment smells of rich mahogany. uh, ripe persimmon. Yeah, this cardstock definitely does not appreciate the water. I think I've done this before on my Express It blending card, but that ish is expensive and I need it for markers, so we make do with what we have. Squeeze lemonade. That is a very bright yellow. That is like blinding. Definitely that's definitely a yellow. It is. It's almost neon. Oh, okay. That was a weird transcription on that voicemail message. Lucky Clover. Mm-hmm. These blend out really nicely, though, even on this paper. Sticks out like a sore thumb amongst all these lovely muted colors. It kind of does. Although, like now that it's dried, um, it's not quite as like it's not quite as like neon yellow. But yeah, when you first lay it down and then put the water on it while it's still wet, it definitely is looks out of place. See, these two look really similar. Like this is a cooler blue and this is a warmer or blue, a cooler green and this is a warmer green, but like on paper they both look pretty similar. Like this, the Uncharted Mariner is definitely a in the pencil is a lot more vintage and muted um than it is in the ink. Squeeze lemonade might layer well underneath the colors in the set. Probably, yeah, I think so. Like mixing it with the greens for foliage. It was just like it was a little jarring at first, like how neon yellow it was. Do, 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 do. This would be good for like a stormy background. I think in context it works, but it was a bit of a surprise. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely when you first put the water down on it, scared me a little bit. Milled lavender. So this one definitely wow, that washed like right out. I'll be interested to like I'll have to try this one out on different paper. Like I know the milled lavender is a light color as it is even in the other products, but that is it's almost like completely gone. So I'm curious to see when it dries what it looks like, if any of it comes back. So this is Gathered Twigs. You know, I think like one of the like the appeals of these two is the names. Like just the unique like colored names. Color names. So it's not just like, oh, tan, old paper. Part of me hopes that like Tim will do what he did the last time because there was a period where they stopped making new colors of the distress on the distress line, and then he kind of came back with it. And I would have loved to have seen like the specialty colors that they did for Halloween and Christmas. This is pumice stone, by the way. I would have liked to have seen those in like these. And because I know he said that there's no guarantee that like those will ever come back. Okay, so that is set 5. And we're going to start on the last one. And then we'll find a project to work on for a little while. I agree. The names are fun. So, spun sugar. And next we have abandoned coral. I always liked this one too. And here it is. My lumberjack plaid. You sneaky little pencil. Although I was expecting this to be more of a warmer red. Not gonna lie. And it definitely has a similar vibe to the festive berries. Next we've got dried marigold. Forest moss. There's an angry cat somewhere in the house. She was sound asleep somewhere, and then all of a sudden, apparently her oh my god, a door is shut somewhere. Senses must have been tingling. Like sometimes if I'm working with like pencils or something, I'll leave my door open because I don't care if they come in here, and sometimes they like to sit in the window, but Esther has been a little bit of a needy Nancy, and she comes in and throws things off my desk. So, and of course, like when I was trying to set set everything up yesterday, she came in and just wanted all of my attention, and of course, like, I was frustrated because it wasn't going the way that I wanted it to. So I was just like, "Cat, I love you, but you just got to give me like just give me just a few minutes to just mellow myself out." Uh, Stormy sky. So I do feel like, so I'm gonna zoom us out for a second. So this is the widest setting on my camera lens, and I do feel like I'm still I'm zoomed in farther than I was running on USB. So it's not bad, and I can still do what I need to do. It's just I feel like I'm a lot closer than I was. Blueprint sketch. This one looks like it's gonna be another one like the squeezed lemonade that's just like bam in your face. Dusty Concord. Brushed corduroy. And Lost Shadow. This is a relatively new one also. I don't know if I have this in the ink pad. But this is our last one. All right. Well, the paper is definitely not happy, but that is what we've got. So, let me see if I can find us something to color ish. Okay. So I'm gonna play around in, actually, this actually came the other day, like after I did my haul video, but I had gotten the teddy bear therapy book as well, and I think I'm gonna play around in this one. And this was the first image I came to, that kind of um jumped out at me. But go ahead and set these up over here. Actually, I kind of do need the swatch chart, so we're gonna go with the brushed corduroy, and I'm gonna switch over and use a Tombow blender for this one, just because I don't want a whole bunch of water on this paper. Yeah, this book is adorable. So we're gonna see how this does. And you don't really need a lot of this pencil down. Because what I'm going to do is, actually I'm going to go darker towards the edge, because then I can pull that out. And then I can always go back in at the end, which I probably will do with some of these spots. This book is adorable. The Teddy Bear Therapy. It's one of Diane Dufour's books. So we're gonna see how this goes. I did have to crack the spine on this. All right, let's just do this little guy first. So make sure, okay, good. This Tombow blender should be good. Maybe. This Tombow blender is like super, like, I don't think that one of the ones I messed around with and ended up trying to put water in. Can't remember. And I just want to make sure it's not. Okay. Like going through to the back, because yeah, this is like a very moist Tombow blender. But these pencils blend out really nice. This paper is handling them really well, and they play nicely with the Tombow blender as well. Like this one. Do you have this book, Pam? I think Lucy Just Adds Color has done some pages in this book over on her channel. So I went in kind of conservative with this because I wasn't exactly sure how far, like where I wanted my highlights to be. So I probably will uh go back in and add more pencil. Plus, we're just kind of winging it. We're having fun. I guess I could also pull up a picture of. Let me see. Pull up a picture of a giraffe on my phone. Giraffe. No, giraffe, not giraffe. What the heck is a giraffe? I can't spell. Giraffe. Okay, so we'll keep that out, and then let's do. Where are you? I'm gonna be super careful here. I don't have my heat tool plugged in. I had to unplug a bunch of stuff yesterday, and I have not plugged that back in. So this probably isn't completely dry. A giraffe is a giraffe named George. I will love him and hug him and pet him and call him George. Love vintage colors, works well in Mouse Garden and Ink House books. I need to get back into the Ink House. I was actually I've got a couple pages done in that book. I think one of them I did with ink tints, and a couple of them I did with the distress inks, but I painted. But I painted with them. Okay, I'm gonna come over to this strap over here and do color this guy in while I wait for the first one to dry. Except for the lemonade. Yeah, it definitely, once it dried, looked a little less neon. I'm trying to like see if my hand is picking something up that is changing the exposure. It shouldn't be, since it's HDMI now. There's no, it's really just mirroring my camera, but any like settings on the camera apparently don't like transfer over to the computer, so I have to update all of that stuff on the computer now. Can visualize the colors just by the names. Yeah, we were talking about the names earlier. It's nice to have something different. Uh, can I make my own swatch chart for the Distress Watercolor pencils? They have them on they have the swatch charts on the Ranger website. I can link to this in the description when I'm done with the stream. I'll throw up there where I got mine. Also, hi, Brittany, welcome. Welcome back, Miss Southern Belle. Sorry to hear your sister is sick. But yeah, I will definitely link to where I got the swatch chart that I used. But I don't really have a slot on my docket to make make something of my own. And since Ranger was kind enough to make a pretty good one. But yeah, so we're doing some quick coloring with these pencils. And this is the Teddy Bear Therapy book. You blessed her with a case of tissues? Well, well, that's starting to look giraffe-like. I like it. So what's everybody up to for the rest of Thursday? Do you have any fun plans for the weekend? I will be doing pretty much what I do every other day, cleaning when I'm not working. After I take the cat to the vet this afternoon. Which should be fun because this is my problem child cat. Saw the ones they had in there never do well with their wait, hold on. Oh, hold on. I missed something. Going to Five Below to return the owl charger. Ooh. Hopefully that goes well. Just suck it up and upgrade. Yeah, sometimes, especially with electronics, it's better to just eat just eat the cost. Not always, but like I feel like I'm going to have to upgrade my phone a lot sooner than I wanted to. It doesn't charge quite right anymore, but I did take it with me when I deployed, so it's entirely possible that I just need to um clean out the charging port on the bottom. It's probably full of desert junk. Okay, we'll let that guy dry and we'll come back over to this guy. I'm not neglecting the dude in the middle. I swear. We'll get to him eventually. There's no like rhyme or reason to why I did it this way. I have a 13 mini. I got it the year before I deployed, I think. But I'm still paying the installment fee on it, so. And I was trying to decide whether or not I just pay the installment fee off and then go get a new phone. Like, it will charge, it just doesn't always like stay connected. And really the most irritating part about it is when I have it hooked up to the cable in my car, and like it gets jostled and then comes unplugged or disconnects. Buy your electronics online or from retail in person that I trust. May need to upgrade your cell later this year. If Apple lets your iPhone XS upgrade to the new operating system that comes out. Yeah, that's fair. I'm not against, like, my camera is a refurb, and like with a lot of that stuff, I'll buy a year older from someplace reputable, because typically when in the photography world, when the new cameras come out, especially people that do photography for a job, they tend to upgrade like right away, and then they'll sell off their old models. So like Adorama or B&H, where I trust their quality control process on the refurbs, then I'll do stuff like that. And, you know, professional photographers tend to take pretty good care of their equipment because that's their livelihood. Because, yeah, I doubt I would get anything for mine on a trade-in because it's a little scuffed up. I think I've gotten some equipment through KEH on online. I don't know if it was a I can't remember if it was a camera body or a lens. Oh, I forgot the spots on his face. Let me look at my reference photo. Let's see what we got here. Okay, we're gonna go for the tea dye for the hair. And then I'll probably will add in some of the ground espresso also. So we'll see how this goes. Ended up in early 2022 buying a twice used Canon T8i from Facebook. Good to deal with because he got it to you in 2 days shipping. Well, that's good that the shipping was fast. My last camera purchase was the M200 that I'm using to stream and record on, but I got this one refurbished through Canon Direct. And then I think my 6D I got while I was in Germany through Adorama. Wait, hold on. Don't have that. You don't have this book yet? The smaller cute books more and more. Yeah, it's I have to kind of balance it out. Sometimes the super detailed stuff, like I need a break from it. Like if I do one really detailed page, then um then I need a smaller project for the next one. Let my brain unwind. The T8i is the last DSLR that they've come out with. I think they've released a few in the like the 5 and 6D lines. Hey Ryan, how are ya? But yeah, I mean the camera I'm using is one of the mirrorless. This is their quote unquote their vlogging camera. We're testing out the new setup today. After the amazingly fun time I had setting it up yesterday. How's it going, Ryan? coloring on a live stream last night after yours and had to get up early. I didn't really have to get up early, but I have been. It's honestly been better for my mental health and my productivity. Because I know that I am the if there's stuff that I need to get done, like I have to do it on the front half of my day. It's the same camera that I have been using. It's the M200, but I switched to from the micro USB out to the HDMI. So I got the Cam Link from Elgato. So we're streaming in HD now, or HDMI now. And yes, I am using OBS. Because that is where what I started, well, not technically what I started with. I used to stream just straight from the PlayStation, but when I decided to stream full time over on Twitch, and I got my new PC set up, I've been using OBS to stream from for years. It'd be nice if my Stream Deck worked, but so far it's holding up okay. I decided not to go with the 4K settings. I didn't really notice much difference in the quality between the two, and because I am not using a mic integrated into the camera, some of the feedback in the comments from other people that run this similar setup said that when you're using a separate mic, that it takes a little bit for the signal with the 4K to get from the camera to the PC, so your audio and your video end up not synced up. So I just went with the FHD setting. Don't think I have enough computer power to use it. Tried in the past. I have a very inexpensive Asus mini laptop at the moment. Yeah, I would wait until you figure out what you want to do PC wise, because OBS can be very CPU intensive. I haven't tried it with, because I have a Lenovo, like a gaming laptop, but I haven't messed with trying to use it for anything like that. But it definitely takes some doing to get your settings right. And it would suck to like set everything up and then like have it all like ready to go and like dismantle what you have, because I've done this before. Dismantle what you have, only to discover that that it doesn't work. And I almost ran into that yesterday. I was very scared that I had messed my stuff up, because once I hooked everything up, my camera kept shutting off. But a little research, I think, and I have a good computer. It's a few years old, but it's designed to do what I'm doing with it. But I have a whole bunch of stuff plugged in. Like I need to figure out how to get it like functioning better, but I have a nice like Blue Yeti microphone. I've got my Stream Deck, all my monitors, my other little like webcam and stuff like that. Um, but it was just too much load on that USB um board inside the computer. I can't talk. Hand feels the best it's felt today. Thanks for asking. Work all week, but coloring has been a challenge still. Don't push it. Like maybe you could find one of those like they have those like wrist braces that come up around your thumb, which might help give you a little bit more support. This paper is taking what I'm doing to it pretty well. But the other like I wasn't sure how this was going to work, and so typically like what I was doing I was doing my recording and my streaming with OBS, but then the biggest issue with that is then I have to go hunt for files because I edit in Filmora. And so I started experimenting with just recording in like right in Filmora, um, which is way easier because then I just create my project and it saves my files right into my my little like media cache for each project. But then I wasn't sure if it was gonna if Filmora would capture the cam link, but it does. So unfortunately they both like read the camera differently, so I have to adjust like my color space and whatnot in each application, but it is what it is. Such is the life of content creation. Hold on just a second. Let me see if I can. So I personally would advocate, like, if you are really wanting to like have the freedom to do a whole bunch of stuff, I would go with a desktop setup versus a laptop. And I have had really good luck with my I use a Lenovo Legion. They're a little pricey, but most of them come with the ability to, like, you can add stuff to them. It's kind of designed to be upgradable. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Miss Southern Belle. I appreciate that. I'm literally just I'm just BSing and playing around while I chat with you guys. I really had no like project plan for this stream. It was to do the swatching and see how the new camera stuff um set up. But Lenovo also does they do some pretty good sales. They actually just did one, it was a buy, like a buy at their price, like their employee price. And also I think they usually do it in the summer when they're trying to clear out inventory to make room for the next um the new models. They will do some pretty significant discounts on the previous year's models. And um there's nothing wrong with buying a year older if you can get it for like at a deep discount. That was what I did. Yeah, I think the only thing that I've gotten from Lenovo that hasn't really gone over well was, it was like one of the, like, the ThinkPad little mini laptops. I got it for my husband, and it was just very like slow and clunky. But my my laptop that I got before I left on my deployment, that I took with me, was great. I still use it, not a whole lot because I'm back on my PC, but I would like to do some PC upgrades at some point. But all right, let's color one of the bears. I'm gonna leave his tail for now. Then I also need to figure out why my computer isn't recognizing my other webcam. Well, the computer itself recognizes the webcam because I can pull it up in other like applications, but for whatever reason OBS is not recognizing my my regular webcam. Currently own a 2017 MacBook Pro with a touch bar that you use, and a MacBook Pro touch bar that you haven't set up yet, waiting for your younger sister's husband to help. Well, hopefully you can get that set up. MacBooks are nice for, you know, photo and graphic and whatnot, but I know in the some of my gaming, like Twitch community wise, in terms of like streaming, that the software can be a little finicky to use. Oh yeah, transferring is a pain. So if I had my other sets out here, I probably would have gone with a lighter color for his little snoot there. Not quite the color I was going for. Run Adobe Creative Suite on. I have ACS on this computer too, but I was on the old photography plan from when I was in college, and they wouldn't just let me add Adobe Fresco to it. So now I am paying for Adobe Fresco and my photography plan. So I'm going to cancel my photography plan at the end of the year and just do Photoshop and Adobe Fresco. Unfortunately, now they don't offer the pay annual plan anymore. It's pay per month. Hold on just a second. Pig is looking good. Can you paint straight from the crayon, or do you have to put the crayon down and then activate it? If I was using a water brush, I could use the water brush and grab it from the pen. It doesn't work quite as well with the Tombow blender. So yeah, I can grab off of the pencil and paint right on here, which actually isn't too horrible, but I don't like this brush on this paper. Also, hi. How are you now? But yes, I can do it both ways. I just wasn't sure how this was going to handle the water. And this brush is a little, actually it's still pretty well. So yeah, you can use it pretty much just like any other water medium, like the Inktense or watercolor pencils. The Teddy Bear Therapy book, I got mine off Amazon, direct from France. Okay, I actually kind of like that. Jen, thank you for asking that question, because if you hadn't asked it, I probably wouldn't have just done that. So, I kind of dig going through and laying down the first layer direct, like, pencil to paper, and then using the water brush to grab a little extra pigment on the, like, to go over the top, at least on this paper. I'd love to do buddy color with you. That would be awesome. I would love to do that. You can I'm on Discord and also on Instagram, and we can figure something out. I have loose, like, plans for March, but um like, honestly, if the whole of March things that I color is buddy colors, I'm okay with that. Because KP wants to do something in um we were talking about the Ken Matsuda book, and I haven't worked in that book in a while, and I do want to do something with ink. I just have to be really careful that I don't, like, murder this paper. Oh, wait, am I allowed to say that on YouTube? That I don't damage this paper? Oopsie doops. And it's like I've completely neglected this poor giraffe in the center. I'll get to him eventually. All right, let's do some touch-ups on this bear. So much for, oh, it's just gonna be a short, quick stream today. Oop, that's a little much. But I am going to have to stop soon. Yeah, I kind of like this effect. It's a little bit more of a watercolor effect. So I get the initial like control of putting it down and using the Tombow, and then I love the book so much, and I'm glad that you got yourself a copy. No, we'll definitely like, cause I was looking at it and trying to like think about what um like what I want to do in it. And I'm also working on your community color. I've been working on my fish, which incidentally, I don't know if you've seen here. I will I'll switch gears for a second. Okay, so I am going to stop on this for now. But since Ryan is here, I will I'll pull out the fish. So this is my fish so far. I actually have part 1 of this recorded. I just need to do the voiceover, which I probably will end up having to do tomorrow. So hopefully that'll come out on Saturday, and then Tuesday we'll work on it more on stream on Tuesday. Was the plan. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I think Ryan and I ended up using the same purple, or one of the same purples, because like I am trying to like not this pencil. You get out of here. I'm legit trying to stick to just, except for where is it? No, not you. Not amethyst. No, you go away. To just these 5 pencils is my hope. And I think we both use the red violet. There's only that's true. That's true. I think I got a couple extra like I have the new 28. I think there's a couple in that, but I'm only using one of the new colors. The pink, my pink is the pink flamingo from the new 28 set. So, but I think we were both kind of like tracking the same. Well, thank you guys. You guys are so sweet. But that is gonna be where I have to stop, because I've got a kitty I gotta go medicate before I have to take him to the vet, in the hopes that he will not be too much of a jerk for them. So hopefully the quality of the video feed is better. It looks sharper. I feel like it's better. And I just need to work on like some audio stuff. Do I have anything that I almost said, do I have anything that I need to brief you guys like I'm at the base? Y'all lol. So hopefully, I can get my voiceover done for Saturday's video. So that should be on Saturday, as long as I get everything done. Tuesday we will work on our fish. Sonia wanted to see a full flip through of the cat coloring book from the other day's haul, so that'll probably come out sometime next week. And then I don't know what I'm going to do for next Saturday's video yet, but that's fine because I've got a week to to figure that out. Thanks for streaming. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me. I appreciate all of you guys that come and hang out. It's been really nice coming back to live form content. So that is the plan for the next week-ish or so. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I super appreciate it. All of the likes and the comments. If you haven't given this video a thumbs up, it would be super appreciated because it helps YouTube's algorithm pick my videos up and more people get a chance to see them and come hang out with us. So with that said, I'm going to flip it over to our brand new outro screen, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much.